for Chinese Taipei because they lost the early game. China dominated them in the early game. Even though they got first blood, Chinese Taipei just felt like they were playing a little too passive. So I'm so happy to see them play more aggressive here. This is exactly how they need to play.
And last game, Mungji, he had the Scud, but even with the Scud, it was basically not there.
Yeah, but he did make some critical plays, though, as Scud in the first few team fights. He literally made those team fights happen. And then from there, he just got punished for his overaggression. And that's how you punish a Scud. The Scud meta build is so squishy. If Scud goes in, you need to just kite him. And that's exactly what they did when he tried to dive onto Neo. The team just fell back, kited, and destroyed Mungji. And look at it. Typical bans here. Zenio, Omen being banned. We're going to see probably Aurum being banned here. I don't think Aurum and Suman will ever see, and Omen will ever see themselves on the Antares battlefield.
I think we might see it. Don't never say never out here. I never thought we were going to see a Natalia, but we got a Natalia, a couple of them from two different teams.
Yeah, Teamy being banned. They have to decide to ban the Grak, which makes sense. I would ban Grak here because Chinese Taipei, honestly, I think, you know, Benny plays a much better Grak than Jun does, so banning Grak would make the most sense. And please, Chinese Taipei, don't pick Lindis first pick. Do something different.
Maybe China will ban Lindis
every time. They don't need to.
I know. I'm just saying maybe they will.
They're going to ban Malik, which means it's going to be a Grak first pick. Don't pick that Lindis. Oh, Chognar. What? Okay.
Hey, man, he's been meta today. Everyone's been using Chognar.
Chognar being a first pick. That's so interesting. You have Scud as a first pick. You have so many other options as a first pick.
They've been okay with them having Scud, though, right? Because last game they had Scud. It was okay for them. Early game, not so okay.
Being a first pick. I wonder if they're trying to do the Chognar Alice comp. Let's see what China will decide. They have Grak. They have Scud. Yeah, Grak Scud makes a lot of sense. Again, that's a lot of CC, right? Grak has his Devil's Chain. Scud has that Fierce Charge and Wild Beast Fury. Oh, they're going to pick the both dominant side laners. This Scud Irie pick that I've seen them do that on red side before.
Yeah, this is very interesting. I like that they took the Irie away from Yuzon. Yuzon definitely was doing a lot of work with it last game. I wonder what hero he's going to go with now without that Irie.
Yeah, so China's definitely going to pick up the Tulin for Nanwan. I haven't seen Nanwan play anyone else than Tulin. But Tulin's a god.
Why not just
Tara being picked here? That's very interesting.
Yeah, Tara is something that he has gone to in the past, at least a couple times in our quarterfinals.
That's a split-pushing monster. She likes to distract and waste your time, run around the map, and just regenerate like crazy with her Steel Colossus ultimate. I'm wondering if they should pick up the Violet here, or I don't think they should take the Lindis. Liliana is going to be a pickup. Yeah, so they're going to wait, actually. They may want to play maybe a potential dive comp because Liliana Tara with Chognar is going to be a good composition that can just dive onto a Violet or Lindis. So we saw, you know, Rourke come out as an assassin comp that worked pretty well. So as long as they execute the assassin comp, it could work. But the meta has been marksman for a very long time for the past week at the AWC. Yeah,
most definitely. Going to be interesting to see what happens here. But Chognar, Liliana, and Tara coming out first for Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, no one is picking Grak. They're just leaving Grak open. Grak is just open and free to take here. So maybe they want Jun to take Grak based on how Jun was playing the Grak. And now they have a chance to... They don't need to pick Crixie here. So they can pick the Lindis up or the Violet. But Lindis has been a risky pick. You just have to run away. And they're going to go with the Finnick. This is Yi-Chen's best marksman, I feel. It is... He's going to be able to push towers so well on Finnick.
Yeah, that Deep Smart that works on buildings. I don't understand why. It's just so effective, though. It just chunks them down.
Yeah, it does so much damage. That explosion can take half a tower's health so quickly. They're going to play the Mina again. So they picked the Chognar, actually, so that there is literally no counter to the Mina. So that's why they first picked up Chognar. Very intentional draft strategy here by Chinese Taipei. Oh, they're going with Alice instead. So they basically, Chognar is again a counter to Alice as well. So this is a very smart draft, very intentional draft by Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, I think they definitely want to leave that Grak available for Jun. I think they're very happy with how that last game went. Oh, or not.
Taipei might take that Grak. They'll take the Slims.
Hey, I'd be happy with seeing that Grak come out on Benny. I love seeing his Grak.
That's a really interesting competition because everyone's weak early game. I mean, Tara, Liliana, Chognar, Slims, Grak, they all don't really have a strong early game. When you have Scud, you have Finnick, who has a super fast clear in jungle. You have a Tulin, who's so strong once he's level 2. He can put so much early game pressure. If China picks Omar, they can just shove the early game and just win early game. But they're going to probably go with something else. Maybe the Mina may come out here for them. Again, she's also pretty decent in the early game. As long as they get a lead and keep the lead, Mina is extremely strong.
Yeah, and it looks like they are, in fact, going to lock in the Mina. This is going to be game number 2. Best of 5. Players are locked in. Man, this is a totally different team than I was expecting to see.
Yeah, China is just going to want to push towers early game. They're going to want to take the Abyssal Dragons and just snowball and just starve Neo. The key for Chinese Taipei is Yuzhan needs to distract and split push as much as possible so Neo and Star can get fed here, because we saw how well they did last game when they were fed. They got their items. That's the key, I feel, is Neo needs to get fed on whatever carry he's on.
Why do you think that Neil decided to go with Slims over Violet here? Obviously, they had the Violet on the board. It was a possibility.
Yeah, I feel like Slims, they want to chain CC. You know, Liliana has a nice binding light stun. We have Grak, who has War Devour. He has a pull as well. So if they combo those stuns together, because if you get stunned, but there's a Liliana Grak combo, right? Liliana lands the stun, Grak gets the pull, Slims can then combo with the Flying Spear stun, and that person is pretty much dead.
Yeah,
that's a 3 combo chain CC, and then Grak can then also use an ultimate. So that combo CC is extremely efficient. I've seen it. I've seen teams pull it off in the boot camp and at the World Cup. That's something that you want to watch out for. So China has to be careful for that Liliana Grak combo.
Well, let's see. The players look focused. I hope we get to see the combo. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. And right now, you can see them all thinking about it. Man, we're about to get into game 2. So much on the line here. China, what are you guys going to do? You guys are falling behind. You can't let this momentum get to you.
Yeah, they're going to do their 4-man rotations they're known for. They're going to try to get river dominance. They're going to push the lane like crazy on that Finnick. They're going to put they're going to cut the wave. Mungie is known to cut the wave behind. Then Finnick comes and they sandwich that person. They basically choke that person off, take the tower, and then kill them. Just watch how they're going to play. Look at this pull already. Chinese Taipei showing that they want to win.
Yeah, Benny on that Grak, man. It's going to be fun to watch. And a great start for Chinese Taipei here. 9-8K. Going to have to recall already. Not the way you want to start off your game. Look at Benny. You think he's looking for a pull from back here too? No, he's not. We've seen him do that too. Invade jungle with the Devil's Chain.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not doing that. He's not pulling away the red buff there. Just it's slowing down the rotation of Finnick. Because that's actually what you want to do. Eat Chen on Finnick. Finnick has one of the fastest jungle clears in the game because of his Thief's Mark ability there.
Right, you can see the Eat Chen there already level 2. He's doing just fine for himself right now. 1 minute down in the game already. 1 more minute before we see that Abyssal Dragon spawn. See Neil doing just fine in his jungle, getting his red golem. Maybe a little bit behind.
Yeah, this is key here. China should be exerting a lot more pressure. They should be taking both Vision Seagulls because they have the stronger early game composition. Tulin is so strong, able to like he's out pushing the Liliana right now. Star is being outpushed by Tulin, and as a result, they should be taking all the Vision Seagulls. But you can see here, Yuzhan actually takes the top Vision Seagull. That tells me who has map control in the beginning of the game before the Abyssal Dragon spawns.
Right. So
it's pretty even right now, and China is not playing to what their comp is really strong for in the beginning.
A very slow start out of China here, and Chinese Taipei going to push up the lane a little bit here in mid. Junjun's going to come out, maybe look for a Dark Domain under tower, not going to get it, and Benny just misses the Devil's Chain there.
Yeah, you can see that CC Sun Yuzhan getting pulled down, and wow, he gets punished for his overaggression, and they're gonna lose the tower here. Yi-Chen is up with Mungie. That's gonna be devastating for Chinese Taipei. So they have to trade a dragon or another tower here.
Yeah, they're trying to trade for this dragon right here. You see 9-8K and Junjun positioning, hoping maybe get a challenge, but not gonna be able to do it. And they get the dragon. They didn't actually get the tower up top.
Ooh, not yet. But this next wave is coming, so they need to take this dragon. Namwan is going to make that rotation here to support his team. And this should be the tower, because he's going to get a Thief's Mark on it, activate it, along with the Hammer Cyclone. That's going to do so much damage, and tower's going to fall.
There it is. First tower of the game. Going to go to them as well.
Yeah, China has the best early objective game in the World Cup, the entire World Cup. They're just so good at pushing objectives and getting first towers against their opponent.
Benny with the hook on Nanwan. That's what you want to grab.
Oh no, he wasted his World Devour there.
Yeah, way too late on it.
His team was not ready. If he comboed that with Star's Binding Light Stun, they could have done a lot of work because Neo was right there as well. They could have easily killed Nanwan with that pull, but again, miscommunication, no follow-up.
And now the dead side getting Benny. Oh man, that Target Minion pulled him so far out of position, and that's going to be a dead Benny. Nanwan with the kill. Yeah,
again, both teams playing really uncharacteristic. That Dark Domain was basically wasted, and then Benny just being out of position there and staying in the fight. When
my damage, Junjun. Oh, wins here as well. Not going to get anything out of it. Oh, Thunderbird body block.
Nice body block. Wow.
Yeah, Neil ready for it. He had that flying leap ready to go.
Yeah, you can see here that Yujan is falling behind. Look at the level difference. Munji is level 6. He has more farm.
Uh-oh.
He gets caught out again.
Yeah, you talked about him being behind. Now this might be a tier 2 tower for China.
Again, China's so good at that objective game, and they're going to be able to take this tower here, and they're rotating to collapse onto Star and Neil.
Yeah, Chinese Taipei got to be a little bit careful here. Here goes Mungji. He's going to dive right in there with that Irie. And you can see beautiful blinding light there from Star. Chunks him down. He has to retreat.
Yeah, he definitely has to retreat there. But look, like I said, the early game for Chinese Taipei is so weak. Their draft is not good in the early game, and China is completely punishing them. 3-0 already. They're able to get one dragon, but this dragon's going to go over to China. This is exactly what China wants to do. They want to snowball, but look at this nice leash here. That's going to reset the dragon and slow down the dragon clear from China. So very, very smart play by Wind.
Yeah, well done indeed. Gets the reset. Nice. See Chinese Taipei having enough time to rotate down here as well. Chainhammer Cyclone is out just to try to zone him out from chasing. But now Chinese Taipei has a chance to potentially go for this dragon.
Yeah, they're going to give up this dragon potentially. So really nice decision by Chinese Taipei to take now the second Abyssal Dragon. This is good because when Chinese Taipei is taking objectives like that, that shows me that they're still in the game and they're not slowly allowing themselves to get choked out.
Right. They've already lost 2 towers. They're down 3 kills to 0. But gold lead is only 1k ahead, basically. So Chinese Taipei very much still in this game, as long as they can get it to the later part of the game.
Yeah, this is critical. They lost 2 towers around the 3-minute mark. It's 5 minutes. They haven't lost another tower, so that's good. They're slowing it down. But look at this engage.
Yeah, nice engage there by Jun, but not getting much out of it. World of Power pulling in Mungji, but no one there to follow up behind him.
Yeah, again, they are picking fights when they're not ready. This is something that Chinese Taipei needs to learn from. This is why they lost so hard against Korea. That's a fight that they cannot win, and they're not on the same page with the Grakpul and the World Devourer. They need to combo their abilities. They have such a good combo set with Slims, with Liliana, and as a result,
man, yeah, Benny getting pulled in by Darkseid, and he's going to go down again. Nan1 pulling ahead now.
Yeah, Benny, again, overly positioned and putting himself in a really, really tough spot here and dying so many times. This is something that Benny needs to be careful. His over-eagerness and his positioning has really cost a lot of unnecessary deaths over to his opponents.
Yeah, without doubt. You see Ichen getting another tower for them as well, and that Thief's Mark is doing so much damage to those towers.
Yeah, Thief's Mark is amazing. This is what makes Phoenix so strong and puts so much pressure onto objectives here. He's going to go ahead and start taking more jungles. Ooh, and Neo's going to be like, no, thank you.
He tried.
Fine.
Yeah, Chinese Taipei right now, though. They have 4 men down this bot half. They're going to try to close in on him. Too far away, missing every single ability there. 9AK just walking out of there scot-free.
Look at Yuzhan there, trying to rotate to top tower, but there's nothing there in the top jungle, Yuzhan. He's going to cut the way, but Ichen is right there, right behind him. And look at the rotation coming from Munji. They're all rotating up. Yuzhan is putting himself in a really tough spot.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that steel focus to try to get out of there. But will he be able to make it? Look, the health regenerating, but man, he is getting stunned and slowed. It doesn't look like he's going to make it out, and that's a dead Yuzhan. Mungji gets the kill with Irie.
However, this is exactly what Yuzhan does here. Look at that distraction, able to get the tower and a kill on Jun potentially, and they do. Nan1's also in a really tough spot. Neo is just going off right now, but he needs to back up because Munji is going to be able to get off to him.
Benny, you got to get out of there, buddy. Not going to happen. And man, that was a really close, almost kill by Nan1, but Yichen getting a kill on Benny there.
Yeah, so that's what a split pusher wants to do. You commit 2 people to rotate up to you, and then your team can then trade a tower, get some kills on top of that. So it wasn't a bad trade. Good job for Yuzhan to do that. But look at this follow-up. Wow.
Damage, not enough, though. Ichen almost went down to Neil, and Neil turning things around now. This is where we've seen China fall apart. Once it gets to team fights phase of the game, and Star going to get Mungji that time.
Yeah, finally we see Star come out here. He has the best Liliana in the World Cup here. It's amazing to see his plays in Liliana. His positioning is just perfect. We haven't really seen him use Fox form to dive yet, but once he plays that aggressively and that we know he can, he is going to get a lot of kills under his name.
They're going to try to rush this Dark Slayer here. China on the way, though. Jun a little bit late, and now the Dark Slayer buff going to be taken by Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, really good play for Chinese Taipei here. They're now scaling because they had the weaker early game competition. China has starting to fall off here because Liliana is going to scale so well along with the Slims here. And look at that, 38.2% of his team damage. Nanwan on this 2-lane. That's the only mage he knows how to play, and he plays it very well.
And now the beautiful hook by Benny. And boom, Mungji going to go down. And right now, Chinese Taipei are just running up the mid lane.
Yeah, that was huge play by Benny. He didn't even use his World Devour. He's able to use his Earthquake. It's a 0.5-second snipe, just enough time to prevent Mungji from casting his Ryu ultimate to get off. Because that removed CC from Irie there. He was not able to even cast it in time to get to safety. So really, really nice play by Benny.
Yeah, rotating up now, trying to get another tier 2 tower. And man, Chinese Taipei have actually taken the goalie significantly. 90K trying to chuck Neil, but oh my god, got the hook on him! And Jichen, he's trying to escape the World Devour. Beautiful pop-up there. And now Nanwa's in big trouble. Yuzan trying to get the chase. He's going to go down as well.
And look at Mudge. He jumps onto Neil, gets the kill on Neil on the back line. And now he's going to try to jump to safety here. But Benny's right on top of him. And he's going to fall as well from Star.
Yeah, well done there by Chinese Taipei. Only losing 1, but getting 2 in the process, plus a couple towers.
Yeah, that was such a crazy engage. It was kind of both sides there. Neil gets dived on. Benny makes a beautiful play at World Devour, but there's no follow-up. So I'd love to see the team follow up with Benny when he gets these massive 2 to 3-man World Devours. That is a play-making ultimate on this Grak here. So they need to follow up to secure these kills and then deal with the person that's trying to jump onto Neil.
There's the Yuzan here. He started off a little bit slow today, but now he's really picked things up.
Yeah, one thing you never want to do is you never want an assassin to 1v1 your marksman. Your marksman will not stand a chance 1v1ing an assassin. Watch this play here. Mungji was able to 1v1 Neil. They need to basically counter collapse onto Mungji because that's an assassin's job, is to get onto your back line and kill your marksman because he has no defense. So Chinese Taipei need to make sure that they counter engage that, or else Neil's going to keep dying, and when Neil dies, they lose a lot of their tower pushing damage.
Yeah, and that's obviously why Irie is so good. That Shadow Dash lets it get so far into the backline. But again, another tower for Chinese Taipei, and Benny almost landed the Devil Chance attack. Wins in a bit of trouble here. Tried to retreat and trying to thinking about it, but didn't engage.
Yeah, that's one thing about Finnick there. Once you see the little thief mark rotating around you, you can just run away. The thief mark can only mark one person, and as long as he doesn't activate that one person, then you basically defeat his win condition.
Man, and Chinese Taipei now putting this pressure up. Darkslayer buff has wore off though.
Yeah, watch Benny's pull here. This guy's an amazing Grak. He's waiting for the right moment.
You can see them keeping pressure in all the lanes.
Oh, there we go.
Down to 9K. Get over here. 9K. He's in big trouble. He's going to fall to Neil. And now Chinese Taipei have a good push at this tower. The high ground tower is going down. You see the damage life bars all dropping. Not one having to retreat as well. And the tower is so low now. Well played push by Chinese Taipei.
That was the combo I was talking about. Slim lands that flying spear from far, and then Benny gets that point. Look at this fight here. They might be able to push this mid tower, but there's no wave coming, and China doing a good job defending against this push.
Yeah, Benny in big trouble here. He's going to fall this time to Yichen. And Chinese Taipei is going to lose when that tower is so low. Neil trying to get it out, and finally to get the higher down. Jun is going to fall as well.
Jun. Benny and Jun, both of these supports being in the wrong place at the wrong time, overly positioning. It's so good. I haven't seen Benny. He has 4 deaths to his name. This guy has the second most assists in all of the World Cup in terms of the stats here. For him to play so aggressive on Grak and dying so often is very uncharacteristic. Benny normally watches his positioning really well, but this guy has been very, very overly aggressive with his positioning.
They're very inconsistent today for what we've seen. But Neil in this game right now, 5-1-3. He is playing fantastic so far. Had a rough start in the first series, of course, against Korea, but really has put things together here the last couple games.
Yeah, again, that combo, if they get a stun, look at that. Neil is smiling. He is having a good time. That's exactly the attitude I want Chinese Taipei to have, because they play a lot better when their spirits are up, and it's making a big difference, I feel.
Yeah, beautiful dodge on the Devil's Chain that time. And right now you see Win is going in. He's trying to slow everyone down. Are they going to get it? Oh, the big damage coming out of Neil. And another fall. 2 down for China. They're going to push this high ground tower now. And Chinese Taipei are starting to run away with the 2 high ground towers down now. And they're going to be pushing up. Spear just barely going to miss. Uzan late to the party, but he's here now. Can they press up on the core?
Yeah, maybe that's why they picked Chognar. Wins actually just jumped in as Chognar, casted care protection, all the CC that came out. Look at Neil there falling. Oh my goodness.
That was
so
bait.
close.
Nanwan, is he going to survive though? He's trying to get out of there. Everyone's life bar is getting so low. Yuzon barely surviving, gonna get the kill as well.
Oh,
and this is looking bad for China. 4 down, non-1 super low. And looks like Chinese Taipei just gonna walk on in and close out this core now. But wait, Ichen gonna respawn now. Jun gonna respawn now. Last chance. Explosion City.
Damage.
Oh my
He
goodness.
literally just disappeared. Where did he
Jun
go?
is still hanging on here. This core is surviving. China still has some room to live.
I like China's spirit there. They're playing just as aggressive, trying to get these kills even when they're behind there. Benny misses the World Devourer, but the tower is going to fall. That is all 3 high ground towers down. Chinese Taipei, this is their game to lose and their game to win at this point.
Yeah, Chinese Taipei, they were so low. They almost had a chance to close it out there, but the respawn timers all came down at the right moment just to give China one last stand here.
Again, going back to that decisive engage, I love what Wins did. He ran in as Chognar, did so much damage, distraction, cast Chaos Protection, made China waste all their abilities on him. They couldn't CC him because, again, Chognar is anti-CC and allowed his team to then follow up, secure the kill on Ichen, and then basically they won that fight. But look at the aggressive of China. They're going to try to take Dark Stable, but this is so risky.
Oh, but the hook there on Mengji, and Mengji's behind, and the Dark is going to go to China. This is very, very risky for Chinese Taipei right now. Wins is in big trouble. He's going to fall. Now it's 5-on-4 in terms of China. Oh, but the hook underneath the tower, Non-1, you got to get out of there. He gets caught by the spear, and Neil takes out Non-1. And Yuzon going to follow it up with a colossal smash. Can they get another one? Just barely dodges, but the flying spear catches jumps out with a blinding light. It doesn't even matter. They're all going to go down.
Look at that hammer cyclone. Beautiful flash.
Another one. Oh my God, the ace. Can they get the ace? Mengji, you're the last one standing. Oh my God, Mengji, what are you doing? You're crazy. Get the star. No?
Wow.
One more chance?
That
Not
is
gonna happen.
insane. But Neo is the MVP of that Slim play, landing 2 critical flying spears and turning the game. He was the one smiling. Now we know why. He's playing super confident. His spirits it up, and that Slim play was so good. Now we see why Slims can beat a Finnick, definitely, if you play him correctly.
Very impressive stuff there. Chinese Taipei go up 2-0 over China here. I did not see it going down this way.
Yeah, I feel like I'm watching Deja Vu. Chinese Taipei is laughing, having a good time. In their last match against Korea, they were in what China's mental state is right now. China is just, they don't look good. Their facial expressions, and yeah, Neo definitely was MVP. Look at the amount of damage. He took the most towers, had the most gold, 10 kills to his name. Beautiful flying spear, landing so many of them when his team, when he landed those flying spears and Benny got the pull, that combo was basically a death sentence to whoever got caught into it.
Yeah, I mean, after that first series we saw against Korea earlier, I think Neil went and got a really big backpack and he put his whole team in it because he has been carrying the series like crazy so far.
Yeah, China, though, they had the early game lead. They had the advantage in the early game, but they were not able to convert it. Chinese Taipei just came back to life like a phoenix here. Decisive 2-0 now over China. This is looking so good for them.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think that China has to do to turn things around here?
They need to get off this mental fortitude. They're losing the mental game. Look at the facial expression. They know they're like losing hope, and you cannot lose hope. This is elimination. If you lose this next match, you are out of the World Cup, and you're going to basically have to watch who is going to take the next World Cup championship here.
And you see the dragons. There's 0 dragons from China, despite